Boo for helping out. Today is our final Thursday in these old studios. We'll have tomorrow and Monday, and then we'll begin our tenure downtown in the new studios on Tuesday.
Are you a little nervous? I'm a little nervous about it.
Yeah, sure. Because it's a new environment. I want to make sure everything works properly, and,
I'm nervous about it.
Why are you nervous,
You're nervous about
it?
everything.
Well, because I'm nervous about everything Bill said. You ruined it.
So this is no different.
But this is just another level. I'm like, oh, one more thing I've got to worry about.
What are the other things you're worried about? Maybe you should worry about fewer things. You ever think about that?
Yeah. You ever just try and, not worry?
No.
Or at least not worry about the things you can't control. Why worry about things you can't control? Like I want it to be a good show, and I want it to, but I can't control if everything works properly. Right?
Right.
So we're going to go down tomorrow and do a little dry run and off the air and kind of get comfortable with whatever. And then come Tuesday, hopefully things will happen properly.
It really is exciting, though. Like, when I was down there with Bill, I was just taking a couple videos on my Instagram, and all the people that, reached out just from other iHeart stations, like New York, LA, they're like, oh, sick. I'm like, what do you mean sick? These are our stations. You work for our company. I'm sure they're probably all the same, right?
Well, no, they look different. I mean, depending on what building they're in. Like my old cluster in Pittsburgh moved out to the sticks. We're one of the only clusters that's actually moving downtown.
Oh, okay.
A lot of cities have moved further away from...
The Cincinnati one is just outside the city. So it's similar to a place like this. Like it's an office park.
Yeah.
Got you.
My old Chicago cluster is staying in the same building, but I think they're getting all new facilities.
Tell you what, I'm never going to get tired of that parking spot. That's pretty sick.
Well, maybe that's what all those people were referring to on your Instagram. Oh, I bet that comes with a sick parking lot.
What?
Yeah. So
trying to instruct him how to get around in that building was pretty fun, though.
Why is that?
Because
it's a little circuitous. Like when you're coming from the garage,
exactly.
It takes a second to figure out what's going on.
Well, I didn't know because I was on the upper level and I don't have a reserved parking spot, and so I walked all the way around because I'm like, okay, I didn't know it connected. I assumed it probably did, but I just didn't know where. And
they didn't get you a reserved spot?
No.
Well, I just assumed they did.
No.
Okay.
I think
You have one.
I have a pass if I need it. Like I have the hang tag.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's what yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't have a reserved spot.
Okay.
Everyone else got a hang.
No, I'm not
everybody.
saying not everybody. I just thought that you did.
No.
Okay. Well, like I was telling Mary yesterday, the elite top tier talent here.
Are the lockers, do they have a key or do they have a combination?
They have a key in
They have
them.
a key already stuck in them, and you just take it with you. It's like one of those.
Right. I'll check mine out tonight.
They're actually kind of neat. They're very
They're just jock lockers. I mean,
they're sleek.
Sleek. Yeah, they're not like high school metal
weirdest,
lockers with the vents in them. These are,
The weirdest things impress him.
Well, listen, it's nice to be impressed by things. You don't want to get too jaded. It's nice to be impressed by things.
No, I know.
This is a brand new facility.
I'm going to start doing my podcast from there, and I want to have my logo up on the TV, and I can just promote it that way. It'd be fun.
Right. The whole bit. You see a Beto O'Rourke clip? You know who Beto O'Rourke is?
Oh, yeah.
This is a guy who is determined to win something. He ran for Senate against Ted Cruz a while ago and almost beat him. And then I think he ran for president for a cup of coffee along with everybody else in 2016. And now he's running for governor of Texas.
Oh, he's going to get stomped. It's going to be embarrassing.
I don't know that he is.
He will.
I think...
They
now,
bleed
why do you
red.
think he will?
Because Texas bleeds red.
So does Kansas.
But they don't even...
And look what happened in Kansas.
But they don't even like Ted Cruz. That's
the point.
They can't stand Ted Cruz, and they still reelected him.
It's not that they
on top
can't
of Beto
stand
O'Rourke.
him. No. You don't vote for anybody you don't like. You might tell yourself that you don't like them, but people vote for people very specifically, or they should. Texas is a really tough state to pin down, boy. I've been to Texas many times over the years because it's kind of got that old American independence streak in it too, but it is a red state. They're trying to make it more purple. And there are places you can do that. It is very much a state where the people in charge think that if a woman wants an abortion, that she should go to prison and the doctor should be executed. But they also think if a bunch of kids are murdered at school, that's hilarious. Because pro-life. This Beto O'Rourke clip that's going around is he was talking to a group of supporters, and the crowd also had some Greg Abbott supporters in it too. He's the current governor of Texas. And apparently he was talking about all the kids that were killed in Uvalde, and somebody in the crowd was laughing at that, and he got upset.
Now 11 weeks since we lost 19 kids and their 2 teachers shot to death with a weapon originally designed for use in combat, legally purchased. And take that weapon that was originally designed for use on the battlefields in Vietnam to penetrate an enemy soldier's helmet at 500 feet and knock him down dead, up against kids at 5 feet. It may be funny to you, motherfucker, but it's not funny to me.
There's a dude in the back laughing when he's talking about kids getting killed. So, listen, anybody can get a good line off, and it's a lot easier to campaign than to govern, but that guy should probably be the next governor of Texas.
Are you kidding? Really?
Listen, Greg Abbott skipped.
The guy that laughed?
Greg Abbott skipped every single funeral for those kids who were killed in that school. He didn't go to one funeral. When it gets a little chilly, Ted Cruz takes the family to Cancun. So, first of all, none of that sounds very badass Texas to me. But this is what Democrats need. This is what liberals need, is people who will say F you and fight for what they want rather than like, well, I don't know if maybe. That's why liberals lose so goddamn often when they run for office. A guy like Beto O'Rourke.
Dropping an MF on him.
Wow.
Love it.
Because you're laughing in the back when he's talking about murdered kids. So where does all this pro-life nonsense? I know it's not about pro-life. I get that it's about telling women what to do. I understand that. It was never about babies and pro-life. These babies come out. Nobody gives a fat frog's ass about them. So it's not about that. But you're in the back laughing. All you had to do was chuckle to yourself, by the way. So I don't know how he'll do, but there has, even in a state like Texas, there has to be a tipping point where, because if you see that video, this guy, the older guy that stands up in the foreground of the video and is clapping along with everybody else, is a veteran. He's wearing like a Vietnam cap. So even people, you know, who, anybody who's served knows exactly what Beto's talking about there. There's got to come a tipping point in states like Texas and Kansas and Arizona, where even people who are pretty far to the right in the electorate go, it's too much.
Can I tell
I'm out. Like, I'm trying to be a reasonable person here, and, you know.
But as far as reasonable goes, I think one of the main reasons why Texas will never be blue, I don't know if it ever was blue. Like, when's the last time it had a Democratic governor?
Ann Richards, I think, was the Democratic governor.
How long ago was that?
Yeah, it was probably 25 years ago.
Okay, well, yeah, 25 years ago. But I think the main reason why, in this day and age, Texas won't go blue will be because of their border. The border crisis is just too deep, and that's a state where it's really affecting.
But that border is always going to be there. The border is not going to change. The physical land border with Mexico is never going to change.
But the way in which we treat people coming over the border is what they want in a governor. And Greg Abbott's actually doing what they want, is shipping
well, he's doing what, but that's all stunting.
In New York and D.C.
But that's all stunting. And people after a while will get tired of stunting. You know, Obama deported more people than Trump did. And more people than Joe Biden has. Obama was deporting a lot of people. And he got elected twice.
Yeah.
Now, I get that that's national.
And some of them are probably his family members.
Back to Kenya, you mean? Mm-hmm. So that border is never going to change. But the people who are in charge of policing it, those are the things that can change. And there will eventually have to be a tipping point. And it'll probably start state by state, but it may be national, where people just go, enough. You cannot be a party talks about freedom. I mean, GOP has completely, they've completely shed themselves of any notion of being the party of freedom. They're like trying to ban books, for Christ's sake. So that's gone. But Beto O'Rourke, again, he got a good line off, man. I mean, anytime Greg Abbott's got to be rolling himself into walls today because, that's a good viral piece. But it's not any stunting that he was doing either. It's because a guy in the back was laughing out loud while he's talking about kids getting killed.
It was a very human moment.
Yeah, of course. But and that's what you want. You want people who are aligned with you, who are going to fight for what you believe in.
But the ball's on that guy for laughing in a group of people. Like, you don't know if any of the victims' families are in that crowd. Like, you don't know. And
it doesn't sound like he much cared either.
Wow. I laugh here at tragic things because I'm behind a wall and no one can get me. But I would never do it out in public.
Just for all the public to hear.
Right.
Well, they got to come pull up, do something. They ain't going to do that.
Pull up. Alan, don't worry. We don't expect everything to be perfect right away on Tuesday. You're professionals with a great show, and you'll figure it out. Hey, listen, that's nice.
That's real nice.
But again, I want everything to go smoothly because I don't expect the audience people don't care how the sausage is made. They just want it made.
They just want it made.
I fully understand that. So
and
it's
also, we want it to be smooth and professional and sound good. Like, I don't want to do a bad show. I don't want to do a show where if there's something bad on the show, I want it to be us, not the equipment or the learning curve.
Yeah.
I think we'll figure it out, though. I mean, it's not that much different than what we're doing here.
Well, fingers crossed. Jesus, they found, I'm sure that there's probably more information coming down the pipe. But did you see about that woman who hanged herself in the park in L.A.?
No.
After she set herself on fire?
What?
Wait, she did two things like that? She set herself on fire and then hanged herself?
Yeah, they, this is Griffith Park. If you're any of our bureau chiefs out that way, you know exactly where Griffith Park is. And this woman, I think they determined that it was a woman. And they didn't think that there was they said there was no evidence that was consistent with a homicide. They said it looked all self-inflicted. That people started calling the cops when they saw something on fire hanging from a tree.
Ooh.
And when they got up on it, they realized it was a person. And they think that the person, that it's a suicide. That she set herself on fire and that, like you kick the chair out from whatever she was standing on. That's bananas. That's when you
crazy
really
to set yourself on fire, but also like you're hanging yourself too. And also you're doing it in LA where you could set the whole hillside on fire.
Yeah, that's right.
That's true.
I mean, good grief. Just the smoke inhalation alone could do you. So, yeah, I don't know if I'm sure that there's more information coming from that, but that is commitment. When a body is found burning and hanging from a tree.
Wouldn't that burn the rope, though? And the tree?
Yeah, eventually.
Well, that's Bill's point. Eventually, if it's not caught in time, that whole tree would go up. But again, this isn't a forest. Griffith Park has kind of got... I don't know that it has trees grouped near each other.
I mean, from the pictures that it looks like it's got quite a few trees.
And by the way, this was like in the afternoon this is happening. This wasn't 3 a.m. Afternoon, where there's people walking through the park. So I don't even know how this woman did this. This had to have been a remote-ish part of the park. Right. For a woman to do this in the afternoon, and nobody goes, "Hey, what are you doing over there?" And dousing herself in gasoline or whatever.
Right. And at the gas prices in LA are still crazy. So, whew.
Are they still high? I got I filled up for $3.49 this morning.
Right, but in LA it's still like $1.50 more than it is here.
Is it still?
Yeah, I think so. Let's do it.
Where's all the kudos, by the way, to Joe Biden for dropping gas prices?
Oh, no, that's not how it works.
Well, it was his fault they went up, right?
Yeah, but it's not his fault that they were going down.
Why?
Because that's not how
Come
it
on,
works,
man.
Alan.
I filled up for under 350 today. I said, thank you, Dark Brandon. Of course.
Yeah, it's still around 5:30 in L.A.
Wow. No. It's going down here. I just don't know where all the kudos are for him. Alan Cox Show After Hours line. Anytime you want to leave us voicemails, you can. It's 216-986-8903.
Alan, Caleb, and Kent. I'm calling because I feel obligated to report on myself. We all pile on Poundcake for his just absolute amazing understanding of the English language. Things like suffice and suffix, like that. I have laughed at that. However, the other night, I leaned over to my wife and said, have you heard this crazy story about Ann Hench? And she quickly corrected me that it's Heish. So I feel kind of like an idiot, and I feel a little bit bad about piling on Poundcake. However, not only did I not graduate from college, but I never went. Hey, show. Bye.
Confiscate it.
I think it's nice he's trying to give you a little props there, but a proper someone's name is completely different than a word.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct, I mean.
Correct.
GameStop was just a scapegoat, I guess.
I saw that the lady's okay. Have there been any updates on Anne Heche?
She's still in a coma, I think.
Okay.
I think. I saw that they were going to, when she wakes up, they want to charge her with a felony DUI.
Ooh. Her family hung her out to drive. I was before my time. Do they have her handcuffed to the bed? So, bitch, when you wake up from this coma, we want you to know you are in police
I don't think you're
custody.
far off. I think that's how they do it.
I know.
When somebody wakes up.
My mom's told me stories about combative patients that they have to
strap down and yeah.
Ooh,
but they don't handcuff them, right? That's the.
She was on cocaine.
I guess.
Poundcake's mom?
No. Anne
Heche.
No, my
Anne
mom.
Hench?
No, I don't think my mom can deal with that. No, I guess it depends on whether you're dealing with hospital security or you're dealing with the police at that moment. So I don't know.
Anne Heche's blood test revealed the presence of drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy. TMZ.
Well, it says,
under the influence of cocaine
and possibly fentanyl as well.
Wow.
Because if you're doing cocaine now, you're probably doing a little fentanyl as well.
Right. Can you imagine if she dies from this? If they're like, Anne Heche is dead. What a wild way to go.
She was kicking it. That video.
Yeah, she flies right.
What song do you think she was listening to? Bat Out of Hell, Welcome to the Jungle.
Jesus.
She had her scarf and sunglasses on.
She was cranking it.
She was kicking it.
Tried to pull herself off the stretcher. They were getting her into the amber lamps.
Welcome to the jungle.
Meth, heroin, cocaine, and fentanyl.
Oh, yeah, she's flying.
Meth, heroin, cocaine, and fentanyl.
She's kicking.
Meth, heroin, cocaine, and fentanyl.
Sunroof open.
She's got a periscope.
No, she's kicking it.
Party in the USA.
She's a senior on prom night.
Oh my God.
Do you know who sings Welcome to the Jungle?
Leonard Skinner.
No.
Oh, okay, wait. Welcome to the jungle. That is
We got fun and games. You can have everything you want. How do we know the name?
AC/DC.
No.
Okay, not AC/DC, not Leonard Skinner. Metallica.
Axl Rose is the lead singer.
Motley Crue.
Axl Rose is the singer.
Okay, so not Motley Crue.
Rose.
Axl Rose is the singer. Slash is the guitar player.
Oh God, I don't know.
There's an N Rose.
Guns N' Roses.
Hey, well done. I've got to take a break. You want to get the last word in? Shoot a text 35192.